So with your due permission, now we'll be moving on with students' questionnaire session. I think Sir will be more excited to answer that because the moment Sir has entered our school, Sir has only one thing in his mind. Where are the children? When I'll get to meet them? So I think now this is the opportunity, children. So you can put forward your question, but when you put forward your question, I would like you all to share your name and your class as well.
A very good afternoon, sir. My name is Olivia Bhattacharjee of Class XII Science, and my question is, what is one career mistake students make today, not because they are lazy, but because they are emotionally confused?
It's a confusing question for me, but I'll try to answer. I think at this moment, the world is so fast. Our all young minds, they are so much in hurry. They don't give enough time for any particular issue to dwell. They are always in hurry. And so this is one thing which one has to, I would suggest students, please, whenever you are thinking something, you have to give time. For instance, sometimes in my reaction also, I was in such an important position. And one should not react very quickly, even in your profession. Why I tell you, sometimes I used to get an email, which used to make me mad. I used to write the email immediately, but didn't post. It was there. Then overnight I sleep 1 day, 2 days. I become calm. Then I realize why that person is asking this. Whether I should talk to that person or whether I modify that email and send my learning. So what I am trying to say is that quick reactions should be avoided in this, especially the young age. I think we are that's your nature, it happens. I was also like you, but I see that so many things are happening. There's so much of information, misinformation. I would suggest all of you have to have a judgment of what is good, what is not good. Too much of misinformation. And I would also say our children, we should make use of this science, the tools, like mobile very much. But we should not misuse also so much. I see many people spending hours, days like that. They forget at your age you have to do sports also. Otherwise, how your mind will be healthy. Just having information and enjoyment is not something. But you have to be fresh. To be fresh, you have to have a physical exercise, sports. You have to talk to others, not just talk to mobile. I think that's the biggest challenge right now. Too much information, misuse of information, and people are very reactive. We should not be reactive. I think we have to give time and absorb. Unless you finally make a decision. So it is fully 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day, 2 days. After that, if you make the same decision, it's still fine. But people are in great hurry. I think that is what has to be. Good, very good.
It was really helpful, sir. Thank you, sir.
I think here I'll say that more than reacting, we should respond.
Respond, yes.
Yes, and children, as you all know that this is the world of technology. Everything is moving fast, as Sir already said. So, information, as Sir already said, so much of information we have. So whenever you all are confused, you should have a courage to discuss with someone who can actually guide you.
Yeah.
Because I think this is also one of the biggest mistakes children make. They hesitate to question, they hesitate to ask, and they only believe that whatever I have explored, this is correct. So Sir has already said that please do not be quick in judgment, and second is do not hesitate to ask for help if you are not clear. Yes? And don't take every information as true, because some can mislead us. Yes? So thank you so much, sir. This was also required for children to really understand, because they are too fast. They don't have patience right now.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Sridhara of Class XII Science. Sir, as we prepare for college, what advice do you have for a Class 12 student who want to pursue a career in environmental science or ecology but isn't sure where to start?
Yeah, this is a very time where you have to see what actually you want to do in your life first. So if you are really want to do in environment and ecology, then certainly I think you should start seeing. So if you are in class 12 and if you want to do higher studies, so what are the courses that are available in the country? First thing, which are the institutions? That is another thing which you have to see. Which are the institutions which are really addressing the issues of the country or the issues globally? So I think you have to do a little bit of research from your side, from the data, and then try to see where your interest is coming. So I think after that, next step is not directly environment. You have to do some undergraduate in. Now with the new education policy, you can have environment and others mixed also. So with the new, so you have to see. The first is the institution which are having the best offer. For instance, for me to go to Banaras in the university for environment was because the father of Indian ecology was there, and the lab for ecology was the best lab, the only lab in India. That's why I tried to go. So why I am trying this now, in this there is information. You have to try to find out which is the best institution for what topic, what subject. Within environment also you have so much of difference. Do you want to do environment in the context of engineering? Then you can also, IITs also you can go take proper this thing and take environment at the master's level. So there are so many avenues. First is what you want to do. For that you need to really interact with people. You have to talk to people from that line to understand whether is it your best choice. Is it you want to do? Then try to do scouting very much. The best institution, best people. You have to search very much. If you want to do Ravindra Sangeet, maybe Sankinita. So I'm just trying to give you, it may be like that. But if you want to do regarding Himalaya, then we have to see which are the institutions in the Himalaya in the future. So keeping in that mind, like Graphic Era, it's engineering also, but it has a very strong environmental group in Dehradun. So there are institutions. IIT Kharagpur is wonderful, another one. So many people in IIT Kharagpur is doing environmental research and environmental career orientation. You go to many institutions which has environments. I think first thing is to find out what you want to do. So you do engineering and also you can go. You do general science and also you can go to environment later on. But the choice is yours. You can go from the technology end, or you want to go from general science end, or you want to go from humanities. Now people and nature, as I told you. So if you don't know social science, if you don't know anthropology, I think much of the environment, the issues, you will not find solution. So which angle, whether you want to go through the human angle for the environment, or whether you want to go from biological or botany, geologic angle, or you want to go from an environmental angle to really see the air circulation, the precipitation, climate change and weather patterns, all these are there. They are all environment. So you have to see what you want to really do. And many people I have found that they go from environment, but they don't pursue for research, but they want to contribute. Then they go for Indian Civil Services, they go for Indian Forest Services. And there also they have opportunity. I have seen many foresters doing, they go for IFS and later on do lots of environmental related work. So there are many avenues, so you have to choose. From class 12, I think first thing for you is to take which route. engineering route, or you want to take general subject route, or you want to take biology route, or so that is what is important. Interdisciplinary level comes at the master level. So you have to do some, I think, general studies. Even normal engineering is also not very specific for 2 years or so. Then you choose mechanical or something, but first year you are still studying the general physics and chemistry and like that. So I think you have to see what you want to become, and you have to see the paths. And which path is the one you want to take, the humanities path, biology path, engineering path. So you have to decide like that.
Myself, Ashika from grade 11. My question to you is, as we are at the stage of choosing our future careers, how can we integrate sustainability into fields like medicine? And is this profession like helping to save the Himalayas?
Yes, sustainability in the health. So one is medical line, but I think if we look at the Himalaya, for generations, for millennia, Himalaya has been the source of medicinal herbs.
Exactly.
Whether it is allopathic medicine, or whether it is Ayurvedic medicine, or whether it is the Tibetan medicine, whatever. So Himalaya is the source for medicine. One is medicine for your body, another medicine is for your mental health, isn't it? Himalaya is so serene. Himalaya gives a place for meditation. So if you look Himalaya, I think Himalaya, I call it very much a global asset. When I say global asset, it gives whatever you want, you will get it here. In this world. Water, 10 major rivers originate, and how much water it gives. Food, Himalaya gives so much. Your health is directly related to food. The global population is 8 billion. The food which is produced in Indus, Brahmaputra, Ganga, Yangtze, Yellow River, and then Irrawaddy River, 10 rivers which are originating here, caters to almost 4 billion people, half of humanity coming from Himalaya. So it's directly related to your health, very much in terms of food security, in terms of clean water, in terms of medicinal plants, in terms of clean air which Himalaya produces. So Himalaya is really very important. So when you look into the medicine system, so many of us know, we think only the allopathic medicine, the modern medicine is the way. But if you look at, even in modern medicine, she comes from a place called Mangpur. So the modern medicine for those days, for malaria, mosquito, people used to die in large scale, was coming from cinchona plantation called quinine. Isn't it? Again coming from Himalaya and coming from the plant, and it was taken like that. Now the malaria is almost wiped out, and then also there is a chemical formulation of quinine which is much less expensive, so they are using. So always time changes, with the time things also change. But if you go to Tibetan medicine, they are totally dependent on Himalaya. Ayurvedic, most of them, whether you talk about Chiraito, all these which you find here, podophyllum for your, podophyllin is used for blood pressure, controlling blood pressure. So all these plants, Chiraito for your sugar control, for temperature control. So you can imagine so much of nature is providing medicine. But the modern medicine is somehow killing. And for your life, if you want to be really, really good, sustain good health, you said sustainable, then you have to go with these medicines which are there in the nature. Even the allopathy has used. Now, sustainability, very much. This word sustain means something which can remain for many generations to come, which is not degraded, which is not overexploited, So for that, if you see the medicinal, you said because of health, much of the medicinal plants or active principle from these plants come from nature. And over harvesting, over exploitation because of the industries has taken place. In Himalaya, many places now it is protected because of protected area management. Otherwise, people from plains were coming and collecting for the industries and gone. There was no control. You know one plant, how many of you know about Yarsa gomba? Cordyceps. It's a caterpillar plant. It's a caterpillar, and then you have a fungus. We call it green gold. Why we call it green gold? In China, it's being used like anything. So once I was in China, 2004, I was crossing a pass. What is pass? This is the equator between subalpine and alpine. When the trees become shrub and it becomes pasture land, that is called tree line, isn't it? That is the place. And that is the place where it grows. So it's a caterpillar, then fungus infects, and it is found in that frozen soil. You know how much is 1 kilogram in Hong Kong market? $80,000 for 1 kilogram. $80,000. How many lakhs you can imagine? So much resources. They are coming from Himalaya. Why? What is it used for? It's for sports, for getting really energy and activeness. Chinese buy and eat. So we have enormous nature in the nature. Now you talked about sustainability. So in 2004, what happened in Bhutan? Such a valuable plant. I went there. This is banned. The Bhutanese cannot collect it from Bhutan border. So what was happening? The villagers who are living in high altitude areas of Bhutan adjoining Tibet, these people were not allowed to collect and sell. So the Tibetans were coming and collecting it and destroying the environment of in Bhutan area, and they are taking in and doing the business. So I requested one of the students doing PhD in Bhutan to work on this plant. And then he worked on deferred collection by really rotating, not collecting every year from one. And then that he came with sustainable harvesting technology. And then with the government of Bhutan, we were able to really negotiate and do piloting. And because of the piloting was successful, they opened it. And now they are doing a big business from this Yarsagomba, cordyceps. You can find out from your mobile later on, Himalayan gold. So they are doing a big business now. So you are saying sustainable. Sustainable comes, it is a medicine. It's coming from the nature. It's coming from a very specific habitat. If that is destroyed, the Himalaya is going to be destroyed. And if it is done sustainably managed and then bring money, and then people are automatically protecting it. So that is how it has to be.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Devushmita from 12th Science, and so my question is, what skills or qualities should students start developing from school level if they wish to pursue a career in environmental science or ecological?
I think first thing in this is you have to really observe your nature, your environment. So you go and stand outside, you will see a tree, you will see a bird, you will see how these trees are surviving, how much water it needs, if it is too hot, so what is the situation. So the first skill is to observe. Very much. Means you have to see what is happening, number one. Number two, then analyze. One is observing and then analyze what is happening. So for me as an environmentalist, I walk every day in the morning, you know. So I came and here and I was walking. So it was December fine. January, February, I started seeing two birds, a pair of birds coming and making a big noise. And then I tried to identify that bird. It was ibis, the black ibis. and they make the nest. I'm just telling you. And then they hatch the eggs by July, August, and by August the chickens, they started flying. See, it's observation. And then I started knowing what is happening. Then there was a nest, everything next to the road, but all of a sudden this highway has started coming. They started cutting down the trees, but not this tree because it was within our campus. But the highway was so disturbing, this bird has shifted the nest. After 4 years, it has shifted its place and nest. Then I observed the bird needs water, its iris is no wetlands. So what I am trying to say is, whatever you are looking at this age, for anything, one is observation. Another one is analysis. Observation cannot be one time. It can be over the time, as I saw for that bird, nesting, egg laying, then hatching, then really taking the bird becoming, the chicks becoming independent. So you need to really observe. So the observation may be over here, the observation may be just one day, maybe a few hours. But observation and analysis is very important at this age. You have to see. Don't take it for granted if somebody says you believe. You have to see yourself, observe, analyze and move forward. That is the skill that is required, very much. Analytical skill. And many places I find now in the new education system, you have enough opportunity to do that. What is the difference between education outside in India? In India, we were very much question based, not essay, not analytical based. You see, whatever you see, you sit down and write the essay. That is the skill. It will help you to summarize, understand and express. You need this is very much. Write essays. Read as much number of books from good writers, not your textbook. Extra. Your vocabulary will increase, your reading habit will come, and you will be able to quickly understand things. You will know so much in the world by reading these great people's experience books. The skill is to read, write. Very much write means write essays, understand. So today you go home and just sit, and tomorrow you write a nice essay about 2 pages of our interaction and bring and so on. This is how you develop skill. Writing is a very important skill. And I am very much worried, all new generation, please don't spend so much writing in this thing. You have to do handwriting also. Slowly, there is a connection between your hand and brain thinking, which is wiped out because of mechanical typing. This is one thing which I would suggest still. My daughter now is not doing this, but she will spend some time to do that by doing drawing, by doing arts, whenever somebody gets time. So your brain and hand has to imaginatively have translate. That is what is human being, which is changing to other type of work. So I think the originality will come if you retain some of these skills, and it will really help in life. Read a lot of books, good books, and then also try to write. You read a book, after that write 1 paragraph about that book. Such a beautiful skill. You will be able to summarize, you will have such a skill, you will be able to do wonders in life. So now is observe, analyze, read lot, develop skill of writing, write essays. Don't hesitate to do. If any one of you go for studies abroad, all your assignments would be in essays, maximum of them. This semester my daughter had 5 different courses. She had 30 essays she had to write, and she gave only 1 examination writing in 1 semester. I'm just telling you, because that really helps you to develop your skill. So when you said the skill, it is that skill required. In skill also, as you mature, I think you can always learn. My example I would like to give. After my BSc, MSc, I never studied biostatistics. Statistics I didn't. My second paper, which I wrote from this forest, Kalimpong forest, and sent it to British Ecological Society, Journal of Applied Ecology. So those days, no internet, no email, nothing. We had to write, type ourselves, and then send by post. And there, they liked my paper so much. They did everything, and they sent it back to me. You have to do these statistics, they wrote. You know, I never learned statistics, I didn't know. Then I wrote back to them, give me 6 months time. They waited 6 months time. I will then do statistics and said, I could have done in one day and sent, asked somebody to do, but I actually took help of, I know even my friend's name Sanyal, who was doing physics. He taught me analysis of variance, all those, what I was supposed to do. And then I bought a book, I practiced with examples, and then I gave. So my biostatistics skill came out of my learning during my PhD. And you will not believe I taught biostatistics in MSc following year. So you can imagine I was nothing. Within a year I became expert. And I taught. So you can earn your skill at the right, whenever you want, you will be able to do. I taught biostatistics, can you imagine? And later on, when I had PhD students, I didn't allow them to use laptop for doing statistical, and they used to come and I used to teach them, and they used to do by hand. When they were perfect, they were good, then only I used to allow them to use laptop, because there is already statistics. You feed your data, you will get the data. But that way you would have abused, would not have understood what is going on, no, what are the interpretations. It was changing very fast. May not be now, because now there are many advanced things. At that time it was not there. So it is possible to develop your skills at any age. Even now, if I want to do something I don't have a skill, I should try and I can get it. And I feel I am very confident that is possible. Always in life it is learning very much, and skill is something which is going to help you. I said for your age, what are the most important is reading and writing essay.
We are privileged to have your presence today. This is Lavanya Krishna from Standard 11 Science, and so my question to you is, how can students design high-quality project-based learning in environmental science that creates real value for ecosystems and local communities?
Good. For any environmental students, those who want to pursue in environment, I think first thing is to do field. So you said community and about environment, you have to go and work in the field, not in the laboratory. This is one thing which I would like to say. There is a very bad trend globally. Many people are now not using their eyes. They are using the eyes of satellites. It's an era of satellite. They are using imaginary satellites, and they are interpreting many things. But actually there is no comparison of human mind and these data sources. So I would suggest still the people have to go to the field, observe, understand the situation. See, they are satellites, they are doing most of the static and time-based analysis. You can actually say within a day how things are changing, diurnal. You can see seasonal, very much understand, which all these will not. They will give only the static of that season. So the dynamism will not come unless you go to the field. How would you know the issues of community until you interact with them? So in that case, I think I would say any environmental scientists have to go to the field. If I had stayed in Banaras in the university and done some research, something, maybe I wouldn't have been here. But I took the trouble to come all the way to Kalimpong and do my field research for 3 years. And based on that, I was able to really learn and move. And my next posting was in Sikkim. So I used to work in the communities, with the people, with the forest. So field work is, actual situation understanding is very, very critical and very important.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful response.
Myself, Anisha Chakravarti from Standard 11 Science, and I would like to present my question to you. What emerging environmental issue should young students focus on now?
I think, in my opinion, young students definitely, if you want to really want to come with physics, chemistry background, then climate science is something which is very, very important, which is environment, climate. How climate is changing, how this, what are the scenarios in 15 years, 30 years, what will change, how it will, how we have to prepare. It's a wonderful science, definitely I would certainly do. If somebody is inclined to nature, then biodiversity related something is very important. You spend time with nature, biodiversity, that is another very important in my opinion. Somebody who want to really improve the environment, then they should also take pollution. It could be air pollution, how to really control air pollution, what are the causes of air pollution, which are the sources. See, they are all many of them are transboundary. From the Gangetic plain, from brick kilns. You know what is brick kiln? Jo ita se ghar banta hai, brick. So where it is produced, it creates this thing, pollution. So lot of emissions are there. It is not local. In near to the Himalaya, there is a chimney effect. You know chimney? So if you go to my house in Karshang, you will find a chimney. So it's outside cold. There is a fireplace, and it sucks air and it takes it out. So Himalaya is cold. The Indo-Gangetic plain is warm, and from here the pollution carrying air goes to the Himalaya. So from these brick kilns, black carbon, so which is also called soot. Earlier, even most of our vehicles used to, white shirt would get dirty within a few hours. So the black carbon goes and gets deposited in glaciers, and since it is black, it absorbs sun's this thing, and it heats and glacier melts. So you can imagine somebody has an industry in Gorakhpur, but Everest is, glaciers in Everest is melting. So interesting, transboundary, all these things are happening. So there is an enormous chance for people to find things, understand. So one is climate science, another is biodiversity related, I said. Another one is this. See, biodiversity in the world, there are 36 global hotspots. So 4 in the Hindu Kush Himalayan region, Central Asian mountains, Himalaya, Northeast India, Indo-Burman, and Southwest mountains of China. 4. Go to South India, Western Ghats is another hotspot. Go to Nicobar, that is Sunderland, hotspot. You have so many hotspots. And go to Northeast India, Eastern Himalayas, 3 hotspots are meeting. That is the place where new species are formed. Evolution is taking place. So much of things to learn. Very much. So you have wonders here in the Himalaya. So really, you don't get so much uniqueness and possibilities even in whole of Europe. You will not get what we get in Northeast India. I can just tell you, we are really in a place where so much of nature, biodiversity is existing. So you can take any climate science, pollution science, or biodiversity science. You can take land management science. You can say anything. There are a lot of opportunities.
Thank you, sir. I'm honored by your answer.
So, before we conclude, my last question is, what message would you like to give to the young generations regarding their responsibility towards the environment and the future of our planet?
Wonderful. I think each and every one is responsible to what we are seeing in this planet. The planet is changing very fast. Sometimes I said, endemic species, means found only in this region. If it is lost from here, it is lost from the planet Earth.
Yes.
So everybody can make a difference. So when I go in my house, just a small, very basic, if I am in the bathroom, if I am saving, I don't save with tap. I take a glass of water and in that I save. So that means I save so much of water. I might use 1 bucket of water while saving, but I don't use tap. I take a small cup, you can ask her, I put, and then I wash. So this saving is very, very important. If you are studying, fine. If not, then don't use light unless it is necessary. When you move from one room to another room, please put off the light, put off the fan, put off the AC. So these are very, very small basic things which you can see. Don't put your trash in the public place. Even your toffee scraper, put in your pocket and put right place. So these are very, very small things as much as possible. If you have a space, you always in the home, try to create a small garden and let the birds, butterflies, the ants, the leeches, they come in your house. These are what we have to live with. So allow the nature to be with you. This is very important. But most importantly, when we look our environment, one is a physical environment and one is environment which I talked about, air, water, soil, your plants, all those things. But another one is mental environment. Create a good friendship, fellowships amongst yourself. Whatever friendship you have now, after 1 year, 2 years, you will go far away. See, this will remain forever. And school friendship is something which is so precious. It's so important because this friendship comes out in pure mind, out of innocence, and something which you are not sharing because of this. You share, you love, you are unbiased at this age. As you go up in university, maybe it will be different. So the friendship which you have now is really pious. So your mental health, whole life, you will have a positivity in your mind. It's a mental environment has to be developed at this time. Try, enjoy, share. In education at this age, sometimes what happens, okay, this is my thing, I should not share. You share as much as possible. You talk about what you know. You will actually become a master by sharing. You will perfectize that. So by sharing, actually you gain. It's not that somebody will take your knowledge. So this is what I will also say. So this is at this age you try to start sharing also. I learned so much by sharing. I always give, because ultimately whatever you have to get in terms of marks or comparison, but I felt by sharing I always learned. I always build better understanding, better confidence. So I would say your environment, when I say your environment, I think mental environment, your colleagues' environment and your physical environment, all of these are equally important. And most importantly, I think respecting seniors, respecting elders. Now everybody is fighting. They keep on pushing people, old people, and while going to the bus and like that. Things has to change, and the change can come from you. For the young generation, it's very important, because what we want to be in 20 years, 25 years, or by 2047 Vikasit Bharat, it is you who have to make that. What type of Vikasit Bharat you want to make? One which is crying, or one which is shouting like our media houses right now, or one where you want to have a good discussion and you want to make a valued contribution. So it's you who has to decide very much for the future. The environment, political environment, your economic environment, your mental environment, your societal environment, and your physical environment. This is all I want to say. Everywhere, environment is something where you live. So with the political, with the school or whatever it may, you have to have all physical as well as mental and societal. In this, I would like to thank the school very much. I really enjoyed young minds always. You made me think many times because I was in something else, but now you have so much of questions and diversity. Then I had to go back and then also think. So while you were asking questions, I was also thinking, what should I answer, So that is also another skill, answering from your experience, from what you have learned. So this is how is about life, and how you have to also really, it's the experience. Now I am able to talk like this. You will also be going like that. Some people reach very fast, some people take time, but all of us will have our experience to share. You have heard Madam Principal also, she shared very nice things while she was interacting. It's the experience. Very much ultimately, and she has seen many young minds. Maybe you'll learn a lot from her, because she has many batches have come and gone. So you have seen many rounds of students. So really wonderful. Thank you all, students, teachers, principal, dean, and the school authority. Thank you very much.
Our children have understood, and what a beautiful conclusion you have made. It's not only what you know, don't keep within yourself. Awareness is very important, and not just in words, but we have to really do something in action to protect our environment. And I also believe that your guidance will be taken by our children from today itself, so that they become consciously responsible citizens. And lastly, Honorable Sir, being an Indian, I think we are immensely proud of your achievement and how consciously you are awakening every individual. Also, as I already shared with you, how immensely humble and pride I feel when you have come here, graced your presence with us, because I myself come from a region which is connected with hills and nature, and having you here is absolutely privileged. Thank you so much, sir. And I believe that today's session was not just educative, but it was more inspiring. Inspiring for me as well, inspiring for all the children sitting here. You made us inspire that, how you should start thinking, how you should dream bigger, not just you earn, but also how you can support this planet, the Mother Earth. And I think that was a lovely message to everyone, that how we should be a responsible citizen for our nation as well as society. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.